Ever since I've been making these 6'8" point guard lock hybrid builds, I have been waiting to find some glitchy way to cat break it. I'm seeing so many people cat break their builds in so many crazy different ways. Lakers build, for example, cat breaks from like 53 all the way to 78 to make him a legitimate shooting threat, so he's not just inside anymore. So his cat breakers literally take him from an inside center and they turn his build into a point forward slash pass first popping shooting demigod, bro. Like, the power of cat breakers this year are insane, especially if you can find a way to really manipulate them and find glitchy ways that save you a lot of attribute points. And I finally found it. This build right here, it cat breaks from a 65-3 all the way to an 85, which is gold interceptor, and a 46 block all the way to an 82, and it's by far the cheapest way you can cat break it. Now, this is definitely an in-game type build. It takes a lot of cat breakers to get to this build's full potential for sure. This is an in-game point guard build. It's going to take a lot of cat breakers for sure to reach this build's full potential, but you can still make it now and it'll be plenty fine and it'll be made for the long run. You won't have to waste any more VC. This is the in-game 6'8". Not going to waste any time. I'm going to get straight into the build. Just don't forget to drop a like if you enjoy. Drop me a sub if you want to see more of my content. I make jump shot videos, build videos, all the basic YouTuber shit. That's what I make. If you're interested in any of that, now let's get into the build. I'm going to show the build, cat breakers, badges. I'm going to show everything. This is the build right here, and you can already tell that this build's cat breakers are insane. Just look at the amount of yellow on the screen, bro. I love builds like this that just, it completely changes what they look like in the beginning. That's also why I hate showing builds in the builder, because if I showed you this build in the builder, you wouldn't have seen the vision, bro. You wouldn't have understood what I was aiming for with this build. But look at it now, bro. 94 midi, goes to 95. Oh, before I get any further, also 6'8", obviously, 6'9" wingspan to get that 95 midi, just requirement, and 208 pounds. All right, now back to the build. 93 pointer, that's a pretty basic three. I go on a lot of my builds that just gets you the deep bomber badge, or the takeover, I mean, and that's the most important thing in the game, in my opinion. Probably the best takeover right there next to play take. You need deep bomber, especially if you're bringing this build to fives, whatever. Shooting from deep is so valuable, especially if you're on a 5-out team like I am. I play with Laker on the Pro-Am team. We're playing 5-out. Any type of extra spacing I can afford him is always good, and being able to shoot from so deep is just so valuable. Not to mention deep bomber takeover in general. It just helps you shoot up in threes. Like, it's the best takeover in the game. Sharp take this year is so bad compared to deep bomber, because deep bomber literally does sharp takeover's job. And you can shoot from Afghanistan, bro. It's just really good takeover. You definitely want to hit 93 at least on any type of 2-guard build. Any build that shooting on the hash. Onto the finishing, you see on the left there, 87 driving dunk and then 47 standing. Pretty basic thresholds right there for finishing. 87 driving dunk, that gets you just contact dunks paired with that 75 vertical. And then 45 standing, that's just to get both basic standing dunk packages. So you do standing dunks. I go that on basically every build I make. I mean, those are pretty standard. Contact dunks, very important, especially lobs, or meter dunks in general off backdoors. You want contact dunks on 2-guard builds, point guard builds, whatever it is. 45 standing, just so you can actually do standing dunks when you get in the paint. Don't go to them often, but you want to be able to do them when you have to. Onto the playmaking, 86 ball handle, 75 shoot ball, and 82 pass hack. That's an upgrade from most of my other builds, just because the cat breakers saved me so much. I'm going to show all my dribbling animations at the end of this video if you're interested in that. Obviously, if you know how I play, I don't dribble crazy. I'm not a dribble god. I dribble to score. I do basic dribble moves, but if you're interested in what I use, I will be showing that at the end of this video. That 75 speed ball, that's just for Zach LaVine dribble style, which is the best dribble style in the game. Once again, locked behind a 75 speed ball threshold. Developers sometimes be tripping. What can I say? 82 pass hack though, that gets you play take, which is 80 pass hack requirement, and then it gets you a bunch of pass styles as well. I've been tinkering with a bunch of them, but I really don't know if running any pass style is better than running none. I feel like a bunch of them just give you some janky pass animations, even though sometimes you'll throw like a nice steamer, but sometimes they have load ups and stuff. I have the most success with none. Let me know in the comments what you all use or what I should use with the 82 pass hack, because I still don't know, honestly. Look at the defense, though. That's the biggest part of this build, in my opinion. That's the biggest upgrade. 92 perimeter, that's going to get you gold challenger, which you can +1 or +2. It also gets you gold on-ball menace, which I have +2 to legend. 85 steal, that is the most basic, best threshold to hit for steal in the game, no doubt. That's gold interceptor, and I feel like any steal below 85 in gold interceptor, your dude does not get lanes very well at all. 73 is valid if you have to go it, especially if you're a big man or you're just guarding a corner, maybe a power forward type build. But for 2 BHs and locks, 85 steals is standard. You're not going any lower than that. Looking at the block there, it is 77 right now. It eventually cap breaks to 82. I'm going to show the cap breaker screen when I'm done talking about it, but the fact I can get +5 more block with one cap breaker is crazy. And the fact you can go from 46 to 82 and then 65 steal to 85, bro, this is crazy. This is definitely the best 6'8 in the game, in my opinion. Looking at the rebounding, I have an 80 D board and then a 56 O board. Obviously, just had to bring that O board up one just so I could finish the build out. That's the last thing I could afford. But that 80 D board, though, I love having rebound on any build I make. I don't care if I'm making a point guard, shooting guard, lock, whatever it is. I want to be able to grab a rebound, bro. If it's in front of me, rebounds win games, bro. And point guards don't grab a lot of rebounds, bro, but you might grab the game-winning rebound that falls right in front of you, or you might not grab the game-winning rebound because you decided you're going to go 20 rebound on your point guard build, and you're not going to grab shit. You're not going to help your team out at all on the glass whatsoever, and then you lose the game, bro. Like, I highly recommend upgrading your rebound no matter what build you have. If you can get it to 60, go 60. 80 is pretty standard. You can get that on a lot of builds besides, obviously, like 6'4s and below. 60 is pretty valid, honestly. If you don't go rebound on, like, 6'4s, that's understandable. On to the physicals, 86 speed, 85 agility, 56 strength. That's another thing about this build. I've made literally fucking 14 builds at this point. Strength means nothing, bro. I know there's going to be a lot of haters about that. There's a lot of strength defenders in the community throughout the 2K years. But just, in my opinion, bro, strength doesn't do shit this year. It doesn't do anything. It's not tied to box out beast anymore. That's all rebound. I'm not upgrading strength on any of my builds anymore. Maybe on my bigs, just get brick wall, bro. But a movement enforcer's ass. Strength as a whole is ass, in my opinion. Believe me, don't believe me. If you don't upgrade strength, you're going to have a shit ton more attributes to upgrade your build. So, it's not good, bro. Like, 100%, I'm telling you, I played this game a lot. This is all I do, basically. I go to the gym, I play 2K, and I go to work, bro. That's all I do. I want you to take my word for this. Strength is not good this year whatsoever. Here's the cap breaker screen if you're interested in that. Obviously, I already showed the build, but if you just wanted to see the cap breakers, which they're kind of crazy, bro. Like, look at the steal. 65, +5, +5, +4, +3, +3, all the way to 85. And then the block one is also kind of insane, too. Starts at 46, +10, +8, +7, +6, +5, all the way to 70, or all the way to 77, and then 82 with that +5, that last one. Also, you got perimeter defense taking it from 91 to 92 with another cap breaker, and then the mid-range is going from a 90 eventually to a 95. I have it at 94 right now, but it goes to 95. And if you just count the cap breakers out right now, that's 4 for mid-range right now. That's my budget. It eventually will be 5. 5 for steal, 4 for block, and 1 for perim. So that's 5, 9, 13, 14 cap breakers right now I have on this build. And that's including the build specialization cap breakers I have for shooting. So I only have 12 cap breakers at the moment, and then 2 in shooting I can only use for shooting. So if you didn't use shooting specialization, like if you didn't master that, it's gonna be a little tougher unless you did defending. But these in-game builds are looking insane, bro. Just, I can't imagine what builds are gonna look like when people have 20 plus cap breakers, bro. Those builds are gonna literally be demigods. It's gonna be the 2K15 demigods in 2K26. They're gonna be better than the 2K15 demigods, in my opinion. Here's my SIGs if you're interested in that. Right now I'm rocking no pass style as well. Obviously Zach LaVine dribble style, best dribble style in the game. T-Max 6 eyes up, breakdown combo, doesn't really matter. I got D-Book, escape moves, Paul George. That's what basically everybody uses. I don't know. Sometimes I switch to who do I use? Jimmy Butler's who I use sometimes, but sometimes it's really hard to shoot off of hitting a Jimmy Butler. Like, it gives you a fade sometimes. So I've been rocking with Paul George recently. Combo moves doesn't really matter also, but I got Jason Tatum on. Crossover Lonzo, that's for the crossovers into the meter dunks. Behind the back, Jordan Poole. Laker put me onto that behind the back. I don't know how I feel about that at the moment. I've been rocking with it. It's got a pretty good running up the court behind the back, but I hardly ever hit standstill behind the backs anyways, just because you lose the ball a lot on them. DeMar DeRozan spin, obviously doesn't matter very much. Kevin Durant hezzy, I go through sometimes. He low-key be grabbing people a lot, but I don't hit hezzy a lot either, honestly. These don't really matter as much. Step back, Devin Booker, that one not a lot of people use either, but I've been rocking with it. It isn't like as dramatic as the other step back. I don't even remember what most people use, but that one's literally just a flick back. You do dribbles the ball back one step, pretty solid, and then Kobe 6 eyes up. That's for that jab step crab a lot of people be doing. Here's my jumper if you're interested in that. I've made like 5 fucking videos on this jump shot. I've been rocking with it almost since the beginning of the year. Ray Allen base, I'm sorry. Kyle Korver upper release 1. Larry Bird, upper release 2, 75% Korver, 25% Bird. My Q is right there at push because that's where the rhythm shooting Q is no matter what, no matter where you put it. So I always just make my jumpers right there with the Q because I only rhythm shoot now. I switched to the dark side. Rhythm shooting is it's so broken, bro. So if you're not rhythm shooting, you should definitely be rhythm shooting at this point. Here's my max +1s and +2s. Obviously, everybody might not have these just yet because we're pretty early into the season, but you know me, I play a lot of 2K, so I got them all at this point. Besides my shooting max +2, I'm so far away from that. I'm like 1,200 threes away from that still. I didn't do the glitch. I sold. I'll get it soon enough though, and this will be even crazier. But go from left to right here. Shifty took it to Hall of Fame from gold. Lightning launch took it from silver to gold. Max +2s I have on ball menace on legend +2, dimer +2 to legend as well. That's pretty much a staple in my tier 2. I love +2 and dimer. Why not? Give my teammates a better chance to hit their threes and middies. Why not? I always +2 dimer if I have the chance. Deadeye +1 to Hall of Fame. Box out beast +1 to gold. You don't have to run that one, obviously. I play back end on this build a lot in Pro-Am, so that's just a badge. It's a must badge for me to +1. Surge badges, I got handles for days +1 to gold, and paint patroller +1 to silver, and then at the bottom there, my shooting +1, I have set shot +1 to legend. If there's any badge, I recommend always making sure it is on legend if you can. It's set shot. It just makes no sense to not have it on legend, bro. You want to hit all your threes. Threes run this game. Everybody's blicking threes left and right. You don't want to be the one missing any open threes. I'm always going to have this badge on legend no matter what build I'm on. Point guard, lock, big. I have set shot on legend every single time. Every other badge is secondary compared to set shot, bro. Here's all my badges. Just going to go from the important ones. Deadeye, legend, ankle assassin silver, interceptor, gold. That's a badge. You can +1 or +2 if you feel like it. I normally keep it at gold just because I like +ing other shit, but depending if I'm playing like true lock, I have that +2 to lot. Or if I'm guarding a corner, pick dodger, gold, rebound chaser, silver, unpluckable, silver. Most unimportant badge in the fucking game. Nobody gets steals. Glove, Lemmy, and Pogo all silver. I will say glove also a pretty unimportant badge in the grand scheme of things, just like unpluckable is. You're not getting any on-ball steals. It's okay for blitzes, but honestly, I don't really see a difference depending on my glove level if I get blitzes or not. I just kind of get them or I don't. Or I'll perfectly blitz somebody and they'll call a foul even though I didn't touch them. Limitless silver, I'm not shooting any deep shots really unless I have take. That's not my game. I shoot open threes and good threes only for the most part if I can help it. Pogo stick silver, set shot on legend. Like I said, you want that badge on legend, bro. You're going to want set shot on legend. I'm telling you. Versatile visionary silver, challenger gold. Another badge you can +1 or +2, especially if you're playing lock. Handles for days, silver, on ball menace, legend, posterizer silver, and shifty shooter on Hall of Fame. Sometimes I +2 that and swap on ball menace with it, but just for the moment I got it on Hall of Fame, especially since the nerf to fades. It still pops up a lot off just dribbling and then shooting a standstill 3, so it's a valuable badge still, don't get me wrong. And for midi fades are still really good. Last thing here is just my tier 2 badges. Arrow Wizard gold, float game, doesn't matter obviously, got it on bronze. Off ball pest, Hall of Fame, slippery off ball gold. Box out beast, got it +1 to gold. High flying Niver, it's on bronze right now, but it will go to silver and then you can +1, +2 that. Really important badge. Obviously I showed you all my cap breakers. I'm +5 away from getting that to silver. Paint patroller bronze, dimer, legend, lightning launch gold, paint prodigy bronze. That doesn't really matter. Lightning launch though, you're gonna want that on gold. Basically all your builds. 2K Labs tested it. Best value is gold no matter what. Silver is pretty mid. Hall of Fame is better than gold obviously, but it's not very substantial at all. Gold's a sweet spot. You're gonna want it on gold for sure. Hope you all enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one. It's been Bawny. Peace out.